Go love your own enemies. Don't be loving mine. My enemies are the theocratic fascists. I don't love them. I want to destroy them.
You're a child made in the image of God. Oh no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join your church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful. It's inhuman.
I came across a story on YouTube written by Michael Wright, and it's under the video entitled Atheists, the Most Hated People in America. And Michael Wright, if I can get back to it, wrote a very accurate story. I mean, it totally, in my opinion, totally nails it as far as why I think atheists get pissed off. He uses a politically incorrect word in his story that I'm going to change because I don't think it's a good word to use. But otherwise, I will read it as he wrote it. Not a week goes by where I'm not asked by a Christian, what happened to you to make you hate God so much? Why are you so angry at Christians? So, let me just answer this question once and for all. And the next time anyone asks, I can just forward them to this blog entry. In order to make it so the mind of the Christian can understand, I will have to explain it in the form of a story. I wish I could explain this in a better way, but because the minds of Christians have been conditioned from birth to understand things that are put in story form, it's just the most effective way to explain this to you. So here goes. Once upon a time, there was a vast country called Americhrist. Now, it just so happened that every single person in the entire country of Americhrist were stupid. Every single man, woman, and child, all completely stupid. Welcome to Americhrist. Now, it was not their fault they were stupid. They were just born that way. They couldn't help it any more than someone who was born left-handed could help it. Stupid was just normal. Then suddenly one day in the land of Americhrist, about 15% of all the babies began to be born non-stupid. 15% were born with what you and I would call a normal level of intelligence. Now, imagine the 15% of babies who were born non-stupid growing up in a society where 85% of the people are stupid. The non-stupid people obviously are smart enough to realize that the 85% of the people around them are totally stupid. And while you're imagine what a world which is run by the 85% stupid would look like. It would be polluted and violent and have arbitrary laws that are, in a word, stupid. It would be full of grown-ups who believe in fairy tales and who are willing to kill anyone who disagrees that these fairy tales are true. Now imagine that the 15% non-stupid people found a cure for stupid. They could finally improve the future of all of humanity greatly by curing the mental stupidity of the other 85%. Only thing is, the 85% stupid people enjoy being stupid. They enjoy it very much. Ignorance is total bliss, and it doesn't matter that they cage more of their fellow man in prison than any other country on earth. They don't care that they are involved in wars that kill hundreds of thousands of strangers, and they don't even care that they are killing their host planet. Being stupid is really fun and easy. Thinking is hard, and the stupid of Americhrist will fight tooth and nail to keep from being cured. Now imagine you were in that 15% who were not stupid. Wouldn't you get angry? Wouldn't you scream and cuss at the stupid people? Wouldn't you yell, "You fools! Can't you see how primitive you are? Can't you see how violent and stupid you are? Can't you see what you are doing to your host planet? What is wrong with you?" But the stupid people won't listen. They cannot grasp these concepts. They just want you to shut your stupid mouth so they can keep on playing in their fantasy world. This is why I am angry and frustrated. I know it's not your fault. You can't help that you're stupid, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating to those of us who are not. Actually, I notice now that Dusty Smith is the one who wrote this. I believe Michael Wright must have just copied it from something that he read. So kudos to you, Michael, and kudos to you, Dusty Smith, and I'm sorry that I stumbled a little bit reading that. What do you do? I think of it like this, okay? You know about, I'm trying to think of an analogy. Okay, say you're a parent, yeah, and you believe in talking to your children like they're intelligent adults. You don't believe in talking down to them, right? So you like to go to, take your kids to museums and theme parks where they have stuff that's educational for kids. You like taking your kids to fun things that are educational, right? Animal parks where you can hear about animals, air fairs, air shows where you can learn about airplanes, car shows where the kids can see old cars, all kinds of cool things, right? So you're one of those adults who thinks that your children should be, should learn things and have fun too, right? So imagine you're with your kids, and you're at, say you're at a shipyard, and you're admiring a ship that's being built, and you're pointing out to the children the intricacies of the skeleton of the boat of the ship that's still visible, right? That there's more to what a ship is underneath, what you see on the outside. And the kids are listening fascinated. There's say a tour guide comes up, right? And he's a tour guide, and he's telling everybody about how ships are made. And he's telling them that, well, what happens is in the middle of the night, sky fairies come down, and they work hard on these boats, and they use magical materials that they conjure from thin air to make these boats. And all the people, and a lot of them are other people's children, are listening with rapt attention at this guy, and they think what he is saying is true. And they're going to go home and think that this is how ships are made, that ships are made by fairies, and who conjure up all the materials in the middle of the night to make ships. That's what these people are going to go home thinking. And your child has overheard this, and you're a little bit annoyed that your child has heard something that's completely wrong, and it's completely wrong, right? So you go up to the guy and you politely tell him, "Sir," and you want the crowd to hear too, right? You go up and you tell him loudly so the crowd that he's talking to hears too, "Sir, this is not true. This is not how ships are made." And maybe you know something about how ships are made, and you proceed to tell him in detail how the ships are made. The lengthy process and the manpower that it goes into it, and the materials, and where they get the materials, and what they do to the materials to prepare the materials. All the things that go into making a ship. And the guy listens politely, and the crowd listens, and they seem to appreciate the fact that you've given them a different way of looking at things. Anyway, so fast forward a couple weeks later, you're back. Say you have some family visiting, and you want to bring your sister's kids to see this cool ship that you had shown your own children. So you're back, and you're standing in front of the same ship a couple weeks later, and the tour guide comes up. And what does he do? You listen closely, because now he's been educated. Now you've told him really how ships are made. And this guy's job is to tell people how the ship is really made. So you listen very closely. And what does he say? He says the exact same spiel he said before you educated him. He talks about how fairies come down in the middle of the night with magical wands they create. They magic up the materials to put the boat together, and it's all very magical, and it happens in the middle of the night. Wouldn't you get a little pissed? Wouldn't you get a little pissed that you told this guy, the facts about shipbuilding, and he listened, and then the very next time you hear the same guy talking, he's saying the same bullshit. And it's complete bullshit based on nothing whatsoever. There's nothing, it's not factual. It's completely made up bullshit. Wouldn't you get angry, especially after you've enlightened him as to what really goes into making ships? Not only that, but wouldn't you feel like he's insulting the intelligence of the people that he's giving the tour guide to? Because now that he knows how ships are made, it's like he thinks that other people can't grasp the actual facts. That he has to tell them stupid stuff that's bullshit, Anyway, that kind of stuff is what makes me angry too, is when I have heard excellent videos about science on YouTube or Facebook or in general on the internet that really explain very well how various sciences work. And you read the comments underneath by Christians, and it's like the excellent video or article that's there doesn't even exist. They just blather on with their bullshit. Did they even read the article? Did they even watch the video? Did it sink in at all? Did it make any difference? No, it's like the bullshit. It's like they pull the little string in the back of their neck and the recording plays over and over and over and over and over. The bullshit recording. They cannot and they do not want to learn actual true facts about how things are put together. They don't. All they want is to hear the bullshit that is in this book called the Bible. They want people to parrot it for them. They want to hear people say it. If their pastor, who they love, suddenly stops saying what they want them to say, what they want him or her to say, because that him or her has come into a time in their life where they have doubts, and maybe they don't believe it anymore, and they stop saying what the followers want him or her to say, they turn on him or her. They don't care. They admire the leader until the leader stops parroting what they want to hear. The moment their leader stops saying what they want that leader to say, they will turn on him. They will call, oh, you don't know anything. Oh, you're being led astray. I have heard it so many times. The Clergy Project and Dan Barker and Jerry DeWitt and Teresa McBain. So many stories like theirs where their faithful, loyal congregation has turned on them and attacked them in every imaginable way just because they, in their personal lives, came to a point where they couldn't believe it anymore. The moment the leader stops saying what the followers want the leader to say, they lose all respect for him. It's like, you're a leader as long as you keep to the script. Read from this piece of paper, and we will nod our heads and we will call you our leader. But the moment you have an independent thought of your very own, watch out. We will turn on you. This loving Christian, compassionate, forgiving, filled with the fruits of the Spirit community will turn on you so fast and drive you out and hate you and try to take away your home, try to take away everything that you have. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why I get angry about Christianity in general, and it's poison. It's just poison. And I loved this story when I read it because it's very true. It's very true. So anyway, if you've been watching, thanks. Bye.
I am absolutely convinced that the main source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be religion treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt.